Hello, everyone. This is Chuck, and we are back in Dawn of Man, picking up where we left off. And just going to do a quick look around and kind of see where we are because it's been a couple days. We do need, it looks like, to get these trees cleared. Yeah, a little faster would be good. So I'm going to look at our work area here. See if it wouldn't be a good idea. Well, we've got 4 people assigned here already. We are going to up the production limit for logs because as we advance, we're going to have the option to start building walls and fortifications to protect the village because eventually other people will come and try to attack you. And they're usually not too problematic. They're little annoying raids, pretty much. But it does help when you get to that point to have enough materials to start building some walls. Plus, when we get the trees over here cleared, then we're going to try to clear this area. And you can build bridges. And that helps people move back and forth easy. Because that's all going to be part of our settlement. We're going to put probably fields over here for growing crops, but you can see there are mines over here that when we get the tech unlocked, we're going to start using those. So we need more wood. We need these guys to cut down trees a little quicker. As you can see here, probably going to need to have more stockpiles as well. Like right now, that's for rock, 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 rock. How many do we have for wood? We got 3. I kind of got a little. Probably need to build more, which means this haystack is gonna move. Gonna recycle that thing. And we can put that somewhere else. We're gonna build another wood pile here if we can fit one in. There goes one, and maybe no, we can't fit one in there. Well, anyway, we'll try to get another one stuck around here somewhere in the same area. Might have to move these rock piles over or move this tanner. Yeah, we'll move that tanner. Okay, let's build another tanner though. And let's just put one up here. And up there. And now we've freed this space up for another storage. Another wood pile. When we get pretty far along in the game, we'll start actually building stone walls. But that's going to be a while. So right now, we're going to focus on getting land cleared. Because if you look at, we're going to get cereal domestication at the next era, at the Neolithic. And then we're going to get goat, sheep, and pigs. So we're going to need all this land. And we're already at 6 tech, and 15 will unlock that. And I would like to be able to plant things pretty soon after unlocking it. Now this area here is almost clear. Let's see how... Yeah, let's let them get all these cleared. Then we'll send the woodcutters over across the river. Try to get that done. We have a trader, so let's check that out. See if there's anything interesting. Leather, more grain, some clothes. Well, I hope that didn't glitch us out too much there. My OBS software threw up some alert and it stopped recording for a second, so I just paused and resumed, and it looks like we're running again. So let's we're low on food, so we have to hunt. We'll hunt that bear, hunt that cave bear. Wonder what the difference is, except I think cave bears are probably extinct by now. Young wolf. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and try that. You put capture, and your younger people go out to try to capture and domesticate the critters. So when we get the other domestications available, you know, horse and sheep and things like that, pigs, then you can, you know, that's how you get, you know, pigs to start breeding, is you get your people to go out and you domesticate, as long as you can get a couple opposite sex, you know, and you'll start producing more little ones. Then some of the micromanagement comes into play at that point, because you have to, because they'll take food, so we have to have grain growing in pretty large quantities, enough to feed the people and feed the livestock. So you have to limit the number of livestock. And there are, if I can remember where exactly, I think that's under manage and limits. So right now we not have a lot of these limits because we're not, you can even limit the number of tools, certain types of tools, so your workers can only produce. Now these domestic animals, as soon as you set that limit, you can either set percentages, or you can, I thought you could set a number. Yeah, there it is. You can set a number. So like goats, you can set it down to 20, where you're only going to have 20 goats, and anything more than 20, they'll slaughter them. And the same thing with the sheep, you can set, you know, to whatever. Now we don't have those going yet, but maybe we're going to set those. And now, sounds like there was a wolf attack. The sounds of it, some people got hurt, but I think we killed the wolf. So anyway, that's how you do the management area. You set these limits, and so you set all of them, even the donkeys. And you can change those limits as need, because when you get enough, like you'll want to leave straw production set to unlimited, because the livestock will eat that like it's going out of style. And right now we need to focus a little. Now let's check some of these fishing areas. Now instead of clicking that, you can click here, and you can see there's the fish levels in that area are somewhat low. Now here is a little better. but we are already fishing that area. We check down here. That's pretty good. So let's take this work area and let's get rid of that one. And let's go down here and set a fishing work area down here where, you know, the fish are apparently more plentiful. Now we need to hunt, and I feel weird about hunting horses, but I understand that there was a point in our history where they weren't domesticated yet, and people probably did try to hunt them. But I imagine it wasn't long before they figured out, you know what, these creatures are kind of useful for other purposes. And I gotta wonder how long it took for people to figure that out. But my understanding, you know, from some information I read a long time ago, was that it was over around Kazakhstan where they think horses might have been first domesticated, or at least it was one of the earliest places that has evidence of it. So I kind of wonder how long it took for that to spread to other parts of the world. So we got some hunts set up. We're still only at 45% workload, so I could probably set up some more. Or I could set up another wood cutting area. I said work cutting. Anyway, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to place a wood cutting area here. We're going to expand it pretty large. Put it right there. And let me put 3 people there. And we'll go ahead and increase the limit on logs. Now, we should see a lot of both of these areas get cleared enough. And we had somebody die. We survived the winter. Now we need some of these hunts to come through successful. Now there's more critters running through here. Ancient bison. We're going to try to hunt a couple of those. We got a high workload now. So we need to... Hopefully they can get a couple of these hunts through. We're low on food. So that is a problem. And it is a problem in this game when you're early on. And you got to wonder if it wasn't kind of like that in real life back then. Which is why, you know, they say it wasn't until agriculture that human populations started getting larger and more dense, you know, in certain areas. Like, we started having larger settlements, larger villages. Because the more people you got to feed them. And we're seeing that kind of played out here. So it's one thing the developers did well is, and it showed you that dynamic that, you know, when you have to get all your food from basically hunting and gathering, you got to constantly be hunting. When people started growing food, let's see. Okay, we killed that. So we've killed quite a few animals here. Now, people just need to get that food back here and get it processed. And somebody has contracted a disease. So we have lost about 8 people recently. Now, and another thing, and even as we grow, it's going to be more evident. Right now, we got these old storage tents. Now, as we advance, we're going to have different types of storage buildings. We're going to have granaries. And when we have that, you're going to want to keep a lot of your food processing structures near where the food is being stored. Because I learned this on a previous playthrough, and I still make the same mistake a lot of times. But your efficiency is way better if your people don't have to move as far to do things. So people that are putting this food up here to dry, when they take it off of here and go store it, if they don't have to walk far to store it, they're going to get things done a lot quicker. Your food gets stored faster, and it just helps out everything in general. So we need to check. We got capacity for 4 more people than we have, so we don't need to build another house quite yet. We need to see what other things are available to build. We can build more sledges, but I don't know if we need more. But never can hurt. We'll stick another one down, another couple, because there's a lot of people moving stuff around. Storage, we never built that other haystack, but we're not growing grain yet, so I'm going to hold off just a little while longer. Storage tent, no. We don't. I don't want to build another storage tent. Can I back out of that? Yeah, right click. Wood pile. Residence, we still have just the original. We haven't got the huts yet. We got 10 fruit from some local tree. So we are getting close to that next stage. Now let's look at this tree cutting area here. And they've almost got that cleared, so we're actually going to move that. And we're going to place that. Let's see. I'm going to place that right here. Also going to make it rather large. And we want to get at least 3 people there cutting down trees. We have people over here, and you can see this land is clearing out. And we have a trader. Probably going to see about buying some food from this trader. Okay, got some fish. We'll take all of that. We can't really do anything with the flour or the pulses for that matter, because we don't have anything set up to process the flour yet. So I don't know really much what we would do with that. And we'll go ahead and, what is that? Flint, we're fine on flint, so. We'll make do with that and move on. Still says we're low on food. So I think we need to keep hunting. There's a wild horse that's sick, so it probably won't take much to kill that. Let's hunt all 3 of these animals in the same area. Hopefully our people will be able to, take multiples out without having to go too far. Did we get any of them? He escaped. So, what else do we have over here? Cave hyena probably won't supply much meat, but we need whatever we can get right now. So sometimes these more aggressive animals, when you get advanced fairly, like now we got archery, so we got bows. You want to try to find those because they're going to stand and fight, and your guys are going to kill them. And the non-aggressive animals like these mouflon, they'll try to run away, and sometimes you don't get them. They'll get away. But the ones that are orange, or especially the red ones, and you can generally get those because they're not going to run from you. Like, let's look at this woolly rhino over here. We'll go ahead and hunt it. Even though it's a bit of a distance away, our people are going to have to run a little ways to get there. But if they get there, it's not likely to escape. Now, you run the risk that you might get people injured or killed. But at this stage, with the better weaponry, that doesn't happen too often. So now we got that mouflon. If we can get some of these animals that we have selected, we have ancient bison attack. So are we going to get it? It's just decided to sit down, and none of our people are near it. So I kind of wonder what's going on there. Huh. Well, hopefully we can get it, because we need the food. Wild horse escaped. We acquired bone. We got another knowledge point. We're almost to the next era. We have a little bit of land cleared. Probably want to go ahead and clear that flint. Now let's check that again. Did we get it? Yes, we got it. All right. Another knowledge point. Let's go ahead and hunt that one too. Maybe while our people are already over here butchering the other one, they can take that one out. Oh, they're hitting it. Come on. All right, we got another one. I'll let them butcher that. And we'll let the baby one get away there. So, let's of course, when we get that unlocked, then we're going to have grain to plant, which means we'll have to wait on another trader to get here to get some. And there we are. We are going to advance. We're going to get cereal domestication unlocked. We are now Neolithic people. And we lost a dog. Are we going to kill the animal, though? Yes, we got it. At the cost of a dog. Now, we can customize the info panels, and farming is unlocked. So, well, that's kind of, you gotta wonder where the tree cutters are. We need to get all these trees cut down. But, let's see, what season is it? It's now fall. So we're not going to be able to plant anything till spring. Now, let's plant barley, I guess. I don't know. Click and hold to place field. Plant that on barley, and then we'll do Can you get any information on these different things? We'll try that one. And we'll plant that. We'll try that for starters. And we'll see how that goes. I thought that you had to get the seeds, but I guess you really don't. Now, we probably need to build that haystack now. So put that over here, because now we got 2 more new people moved in, and somebody got an infection. We're still, that's going to be a while before we're harvesting any of that, like a year. So that means we really need to keep up the pace on the hunting. But also what you have to keep in mind is that when we get to springtime, depending on the plants you grow, your workload in the spring and the fall is going to be higher because you have people attending to the crops, preparing the fields, planting, harvesting, obviously, when the time comes for that. So we just built we're building another house here. Now we lost a couple of the animals we were trying to hunt. So we need to find something huntable. That thing is right there, but we already selected it. Now let's look over here. There is a bear and 2 small bears. So we'll select all of those. It's interesting that we killed that one mammoth a while back and we haven't seen one since. So it makes me wonder where the heck they are. We've got a workload in the 70s, so I don't know, but let's go after that. Like I said, you never have too much food at this stage. Now, are they getting that other house built? Looks like it, and also looks like a storm is coming. All right, now we have enough space for 3 more people. And we're in okay, we have limits set unlimited on these fields. Okay, the bear attack. We lost a dog. Hopefully that's all we lose. Hopefully we can take out the bear. I know it's risky, but like I said earlier, one of the reasons I like to hunt the aggressive bears, but there we just paid the price for it. We lost a person and a bear. And a dog, I mean. And finally we got the bear. So we got the animal, but paid a little bit of a price for that one. But it is kind of a risk reward, because you hunt some of the things that you know, like the deer and those things. They, yeah, they're easier to kill. They're not going to hurt your people, but they're going to run away. And then you might be low on food, which, you know, is just about as bad. So I guess life was just a little rough back then. Now we have a raider attack. Now, well, we lost a person to the raider attack. So that's going to start happening now. They're not too frequent, but we do need to start thinking about defensive structures, but we don't have those unlocked yet. And I don't know, we do get those on this era. So we got underground mining and fortifications. We've also got critter domestication, like goats. I think we're going to go ahead and unlock. We got stilting, which gets us a bridge. We've got weaving, which will get us, you know, netting and banners, things like that. Donkeys, megalith. You send your guys out to get these giant rocks and bring them back and make stone circles and recreate Stonehenge. Thatching gets us all sorts of extra buildings. So we either got thatching or fortifications. Let's do thatching first. But then I think we need to shoot for fortifications and well digging. When we start processing grains, you're going to want to you can put mills in the water. You know, work area exhausted for flint. So now we need to find more flint. You know, that's got none, that's got none, that's got none. No, that's megalith. We have some stone down here. We need to find another flint area. Although by the end of this era, we won't be gathering flint anymore. Because we'll be mining copper and tin and getting bronze. So we'll just have somebody gather that flint. Have somebody gather that. You know what? I'm just going to put a work area for that. Expand that a little bit to cover both of those deposits. Maybe put a couple people, maybe increase the limit and put a couple people on there. They'll probably wipe that out pretty soon. Now you can see it is spring and our people are preparing the fields, planting the crops. Now this now it's been a while since I played this. I know that some crops are planted in spring and some you know, there are like winter crops that grow in different cycles. So I'm not sure about this other field we planted here. You know, I haven't been paying close attention to where the people are working. But it looks like they prepared that and planted it all. Our workload is down. Our people aren't starving yet, but I don't see a lot of food on these dryers here. So, need to keep up the hunting. You can also set work areas for people to hunt. It doesn't always work if the animals don't show up there. see if that doesn't get us enough animals. Well, we got thatching unlocked, so now Megalosaurus escaped. Well, we'll hunt that one. Maybe we'll get one. Wild donkey escaped. So let's look at building some huts. And what I'm going to do is we're going to gradually, you know, place huts down and then destroy the previous type of building there. And as we do that, we're going to, well, come on now. Production buildings. Well, we have a mortar. Well, we haven't gotten to the better, or that's just production. I need to check. So eventually we'll get better types of crafters and, you know, thatched buildings instead of just these skin huts. So if we go to storage, we have a granary now to preserve food. So we're going to have to put that down. And like I said, you want to put it kind of close to where your food is being brought in. And a storage hut, we're going to build that. We're going to request all these items to be built. And so that we can eventually start phasing out the older tech. And we have 2 nice full fields here growing. When we get to the fall, you know, people will go out there and start harvesting that. And that'll get us some of the straw needed for putting these buildings up that we've requested. Like this hut still needs mud. And come to think of it, I don't know if I have a work area for gathering mud. So we need to put that there, and we need to put a couple people on that and increase the limits, you know, to probably 100. And we need to get mud for the thatching. Now, work area exhausted. They got all the flint. And we're low on food. So, let's get hunting still. We have an oryx. Go after him, and we'll go after a boar and a mouflon. Now, let's go back here. Diseases affecting crops. Well, we don't need that. We need those crops. Now, we need to go ahead and look for production. There's a mortar. We're going to need that because we're going to need to process grain. Now, let's check out our... All right. Successful hunt. Nobody hurt. Got more meat coming in. That's a good thing. Speed things up here again. All right, we got this new house going up. First structure, mortar. We're going to get another point when that house gets constructed. And then we can... Sounds like somebody died. So now we have enough structures for 40. So we're going to recycle that house and build another hut. We're just going to keep doing that. We'll recycle one, build one, recycle one, build one. And eventually we'll have everything switched over to the new houses. So we got some flour. We got a mortar. Wolf attack. Come on, kill the wolf. I guess not. Yeah, it's still giving us the old low on food thing. Let's try to get a couple of those. Somebody died for lack of food. So here we are, but we are harvesting. What I don't know, are we going to be able to eat that grain yet? Or do we have to still build more things to process it? Because I'm looking here, and that's just for planting. So we can't really... We don't have the well, we don't have flint mine, weaver, cheesemaker, workshop, armorer, brewery, watermill, and oven. So when are we going to get baking? See, thatching is unlocked. We've got well digging, fortifications. I don't think we're going to get baking for a while. So, unless I'm just missing something. Well, anyway, let's just keep moving. New human was born and somebody kicked the bucket. I think before that, we're just waiting on that harvest. We need... No, it's fall. They should be harvesting now. Yeah, people are out there gathering. So... we still need to get a couple animals hunted. And the animals are straying farther and farther away. Well, we got that thing. It's been killed. I guess people need to go get it. And anyway, that's where we are. We have a little ways to go before we get the Copper Age, and then the Bronze Age after that. And we still have a ways to go here. A lot of things left to unlock. But we've kind of hit the next big milestone, which is right here. We're now planting and harvesting crops. And we have a very high workload. But we're going to see that start to change the entire gameplay pretty drastically from here on out. Because we're not going to be 100% reliant on hunting now. And we have some better building tech. We're going to be able to make nicer homes for people. And there's a trader. So let's see what the trader has. Let's get more grain. You can never have too much food at this point. Now, that's only a value of 8. So we'll take all the food stuff. That's 18. Bones are still worth 2. You'll find the value of stuff like bone will decrease as we advance through the ages. Now, the donkey got away. We're still low on food. Workload's too high. Now, workload has dropped down now, and it looks like most of our stuff got harvested. Now, people still have to come out here and gather the rest of these things, the grain and the straw. So, but, you know, that's a big milestone. And that's probably a good spot for us to adjourn for now. So, hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you've learned something. You know, if you decide to play this and you've maybe learned something here to make you play it better than I am. And if you have, and you'd like to leave a like and subscribe, I'd appreciate that. I will see you next time.